Hi guys, welcome back. So I'm going to continue the series I've been doing. This is called Violation Part 3. So I said before that I used to be extremely ashamed to talk about this because there was so many, and it's just really hard to believe, but it's my truth and this is what happened to me. So I want to share it. In addition, again, as before, little children, please exit the room. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, parents, sisters, uncles, brothers, whomever, babysitters, no children. Okay. All right, so part 3. The continuation happening, like I said, from 10 and 16, that was my norm. Not every day when he left, when they separated, but when he was there, it was an almost everyday thing. But when he moved out, like I said, he still had access to me. But during the separation, my aunt moved to some apartments, and we had a downstairs neighbor. And one day I was getting off the bus, coming home or whatever, and my neighbor saw me. And I had taken school pictures, and I was 13 years old. And I said, hey, I took school pictures, look at them. Now, mind you, these school pictures were not, they're not fancy or nothing, just your regular school pictures. But my neighbor, we talk all the time. Like, he's my downstairs neighbor. So on the weekend, they would barbecue or whatever. Like, it was just up and down. We sat above them, like, literally. So I didn't think anything of it. Like, I talked to him all the time. Never nothing. So I showed him my pictures. He said, oh, you look so beautiful. I said, oh, thank you. So I just hurried up and said, okay, well, I got to go. And he walked with me because, again, we live in the same place. He walked with me up the pathway. I went upstairs. He went into his apartment. No problem. I was so tired that day. I ended up sleeping in my aunt's room just to take a nap real quick because my room was in the back. I had my own room. But anyway, I'm in there. I'm laying down. And next thing I know, I'm asleep. Like, I don't even hear a knock at the door. I don't hear anything, but I'm asleep. And I wake up to this man on top of me and, violently attacks me. Now, my little cousin was at home at the time, and she must have let him in. She was a kid, like, who? She don't know. So, after it was over, he just, acted as if it was a normal thing, like what he did. And I'm sitting here like, what just happened? I'm disgusted. But I'm just sitting here like, okay, it's happening again to me. I'm no good, I'm shameful. This is what my life is going to consist of, And just to point out, during these times, I was extremely suicidal, like extremely. I used to try to take pills and kill myself. I used to try to sniff things to overdose on the chemicals. Like, I used to do so many things to end it, but I just couldn't die. Like, it wouldn't work. Not even a butter knife with my mom, So it was very painful. But in this moment, I really felt guilty because I had not told my aunt about what happened with her child's father. However, he threatened me. He told me my mom and grandmother had got to get away from me. So I was still believing this. So I couldn't. Like, it was impossible. Like, I was going to take that to my grave. But anyway, I had the strength to tell her about this because, number one, it was in her bed. And I didn't want her to come home and lay on those nasty sheets. And then number two, like, I just felt like I couldn't hold this in. It was just way, way, way too much. So I called her while she was at work, and I let her know what was happening or what had happened. She got there so fast. I don't even remember how much time passed, but I know she got there, and the police was called, and they did the whole everything. I had to go get a rape kit, all that. And, she was comforting. She was great. She was amazing. But because of that support, I so desperately wanted to tell her. But I was like, she's only doing this because it's not him. And if I tell her what he did, then, she's going to kill me. Like he said, like, I'm 13. I'm still believing, the lies. Even though she was protecting me, she was doing like what a parent would do. I couldn't trust it. I didn't want to die like that. I wanted to die in my own hands. I didn't want to, like, nobody killing me. I wanted to commit suicide on my own. You know, that's a little bizarre to think about. But I was a 13-year-old damaged kid, and that was my thought process. So anyway, that was that rape. And then there was another one where, you know, my aunt had met someone. And actually, this happened before this rape. I was 12, but I didn't think it was rape. I just did not. Because it became an everyday thing. There was someone that my aunt was seeing, and when she would go to work on Saturday, we would watch TV or whatever, and just, you know, watch TV. But he would talk to me sweetly and tell me I was beautiful and all these things. Kind of some of the things that her baby's father told me, her children's father told me. One thing that he used to say, when I turned 18, I would marry him. And I'm so glad I was like, it stopped at 16, because that was not my thought process. However, with this man, he was real soft-spoken, really gentle. He wasn't a forceful by any means. So I actually thought I was consenting at 12 years old. I had no idea he was grooming me. But I literally thought we was having some kind of secret relationship. And I didn't see that it was a problem being my aunt's boyfriend, because her children's father had already. So I was just like, maybe this is what's supposed to happen. Like, nobody talked to me about boys. Nobody talked to me, you know, about, you know, inappropriate lines. So I'm thinking this is an okay thing, you know. And my favorite movie was Serafina. And so we used to watch that movie and cuddle up, and then he went from giving me oral sex to we were having sex, you know, for a while until they separated. And then when he left, I was depressed, because it wasn't like the others. Like, it wasn't forced, like, violently with threats or nothing like that. It was gentle. He groomed me. And so I was like really missing this man. Like, why did they have to break up? Like, that sounds weird, but that's the truth, you know? But anyway, I had to get it out of my system. So after him was the rape, the violent rape. And then, Lord Jesus, my aunt, something happened, and I, you know, during a Thanksgiving time one time, and she had a friend that was checking on us, and he was like, I know your aunt is not home right now, so, you know, she told me I can come pick you up and take you to the movies. And I'm thinking we're going to the movies. At this time, I'm 16, 15 or 16, I think I was 16. So we go. I'm trusting him, because I had seen this man before, like, not often, just once. Maybe, no, twice. I think it was twice. But this that my aunt sent me, you know, sent him. I didn't, you know, think nothing of it. So when I go with him, we don't go to the movies. I see we're passing up Budweiser, and I'm like, oh, this is far from home. We get to his apartment. He's like, I just got to go in here, grab something real quick. Come on in. I was like, oh, I don't want to come in. He was like, just come in. It's not going to be long. So he goes, he grabs what he says he's going to grab, but then all of a sudden, he's like, yeah, we're not going to go to the movies, but I'm not going to hurt you. I just want you to feel great. And he literally gave me oral sex for about 2 hours. It was so painful. It was just a long, long, long time. And I'm just laying there like, what is this? And I wasn't enjoying it. And then he ended up, you know, saying, okay, I'm going to take you home. He cleaned me up and all of that. It was just absolutely terrifying. And he did all of this extra stuff. It was just crazy. So he took me home. I never heard from him again. Like, he never called. He never came back over. Not to my knowledge. If he talked to my aunt, I have no idea. But for me, that was the end of his interaction with me. Thank God. So then, when I turned 17, I was working at Pizza Hut, and there was this guy that came through the drive-thru, and he was really cute. He was an older guy, like, I thought maybe 20, you know, at the time. But I think he was like 22, 24. He was up there. He was older than me. I was only 17. But he was cute. He was a customer. He was flirting with me and whatever. And I was like, he looked like Albie Shore. I was like, he's a cute guy. I don't even like light-skinned guys. I like them dark, you know, but I was like, okay. So anyway, we were talking, and he gave me his phone number, and I gave him my phone number. So he called me, we was talking back and forth or whatever. I didn't know he lived like exactly like right across the street from where I live. And so one morning I was on my way to take my senior pictures for high school because I was in the 12th grade. And I just turned 17. So I make the bus stop because I want to catch the bus to school because I had an appointment to take these pictures. And he comes out and he's like on the corner. He's like, hey, I was like, hey, you live right here? He's like, yeah, I'm right here. You know, this time I'm right here. And he was like, where you going? I said, I'm going to go take some school pictures. And his phone rang. And he was like, come here. So I was okay. I've been talking to this man on the phone. I didn't think nothing of it. So I go to the door. And as soon as I get to the door, he's like, yeah, talking to somebody on his cordless phone. You know, this is, you know, the 90s. So I'm just standing there while he's doing it. I'm looking at my watch because, you know, the bus is going to be coming soon. I don't want to be late. So I want to hurry up and make sure I get to my appointment, take these pictures. Because I want to, you know, I was already looking cute, you know, and I'm ready. So then he's like talking on the phone. He's like, come in, like ushering me inside because the door was wide open. And I'm thinking, oh, air conditioning. You know how we are. Don't leave my door on with the air conditioner, you know. So I just stepped inside, not thinking anything of it. As soon as I step inside, he drops the phone. Like, he closes the door, and then he drops the phone, and then he grabs me, and I am like, oh, this is the day I die. That's all I'm thinking. He takes me upstairs, and he was like, B, you asked for this. You've been begging me for this. And I'm just like, no, I have not. No, please let me go. Leave me alone. He was like, B, shut up. And he takes off my clothes, rips my underwear, and he rapes me. It lasted maybe 2 minutes, but it felt like 20 years. When he was over, he was like, now you can leave, B. And I got up so fast, got my clothes, and left. I went home, I took a shower, and I called my aunt. And my aunt was like, again? And I was like, oh, and that made me feel horrible. And I was like, I'll never tell no one else anything else. So I took my shower, and she didn't mean it. It was just to caught her off guard, you know. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I absolutely know that because she's not that kind of person. But she came, she took me to the hospital. We did everything we could, you know, we needed to do. And I remember getting a call that he had like an STD. And I needed to make sure that I didn't catch anything. So I had to get these shots. And I did that or whatever. And that was it. So I didn't catch anything from him. But that was my last rape. And I internalized this so much. Like, I blame myself. Sometimes I still feel emotional. I'm thinking about it because I'm thinking about all the pain that I had to suppress all those years. And I thank God I was able to break free of that. Like, the things I used to do to myself, it was absolutely horrible because I blame myself for all of these moments. I thought that I was never going to be good enough for anybody. They would never see me for who I was. They would just see my outer appearance and my body shape and want to violate me because that's all I was good for, you know. So, again, that's why when I got into relationships, I settled because I wanted that security. So anyway, God is so good. With the help of therapy, I went to therapy. I had to get that. Like, it's vital. It was vital for me. He had to help me see myself the way he saw me and how he made me. And I had to realize I had value. I wasn't just what was between my legs. And no, it was not okay for anyone to take it. You know, they shouldn't have. So it was all of these things that I was feeling. But God was so faithful. And I stand here or sit here today to be able to talk about it so that you know that you are valuable. Nobody can take away your worth. They may have violated you, but you are still you. You just have a journey that you experienced that made you stronger. And just know that. So again, resources are in the description box. Email me, reach out, doesn't matter. I'll hook you up with someone if you don't want to talk to me. That's fine. I just want you guys to know that you are not alone. Please share the video. Like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Hit the notification bell so you can get any new videos. But that is the end of the violation series. And now I'll talk about other things later. But guys, I really thank you for watching. Please be kind to one another. Be kind to yourself. And I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.